Peace. Thank you for taking the time to listen to the thoughts and tidbits and stories and ramblings of me. I appreciate your time and your energy and your attention. And this is just the first of many, hopefully, stories and video logs. This is also to help promote my projects that are coming very soon, new music coming very soon. And this is just the beginning of hopefully a fruitful and beneficial time. So I call this Music No Industry, well, where I will be talking about music and culture specifically, but music. And I say no industry because music was here before the so-called music industry, and it will be here after the music industry. We don't have to follow this model that is very, in my opinion, parasitic, very limiting, and very stereotypical, and just overall just usury. So without further ado, my first story, ironically, is about the music industry. So, let me say, Traveling Light. That's the next project that I will be putting out, coming very soon. I just put out a single called Make Sense. Check that out on all streaming platforms. It's also on YouTube. It's on my channel. But without further ado, so my first story. All right, so about 10 or 11 years ago, I was taken to a label called Rough House Records, right? Now, mind you, I never lived my life to do music. I never grew up like a musician. I did play xylophone. I played a little bit of trumpet. But I never was like, oh yeah, I'm going to do music for a living. I always loved music. I always loved to listen to music, but it wasn't something I said, I see myself doing. I kind of fell into it with friends, pretty much just playing around, recording. Shout out to Cash and Rocks and Money. So, long story short, around 10, 11 years ago, I was putting out music more frequently in Philly, where I'm from, born and raised. And an associate that I won't name, but we'll just say his initials, LG. And ironically, found out later that I went to college with him, and we actually were in a class together. But he said, man, you should really go to this record label. They're just reopening, and they need artists, and they're looking for talent. And I said, you know what? I'm not really interested in signing a record deal. I know pretty much how that goes, especially if you don't have any traction or big support behind you. You're pretty much going to get jerked, as they used to say, Jay jerking, So I wasn't looking to do that. I was, looking to be indie and pretty much get myself off the ground. So he was just insisting. He's like, man, look, I believe in your work. You need to go to this label. So long story short, ended up going to Rough House Records, which was right outside of Philly in Conshohocken. So I get to the label. I'm playing them the music from from Land of Synth, the full-length project that I put out years ago. See that right there? Yeah, Land of Synth. I will be re-releasing that for streaming platforms. It's on my personal website and also on Bandcamp, so you can check it out there. But I will be also re-releasing it for major streaming platforms. But I go to the label, and I go to, I see all the platinum and gold plaques on the wall. I see Schoolie D, I see Ice-T, Ice Cube. I want to say, was Ice Cube? Well, Friday. I saw Friday. I saw Lauryn Hill. I saw Nas, platinum plaque, gold plaques. So many gold and platinum plaques on the wall. And I said, wow, this looks amazing. I mean, all these legendary records that I know and love, and I see that they were all created with this label. So I go to the record label dude. We're in the room. I'm playing them songs from my Land of Synth project that I didn't release yet. So my man is listening, and he's like, yeah, man, this sounds like Wu-Tang. This sounds like Tupac. This reminds me of Biggie and Nas, and And he's like, yeah, man, but the kids, they want to hear this. And he turned on a song that said, Shorty got an ass like her mama. Shorty got an ass like her mama. Shorty got an ass like her mama. And I'm sitting there like, look, man, no offense, but that's not what I do. That's not what I do music for. Now, of course, I would love to be known for my music and have my music be well received by many and sold and be able to perform in giant arenas and reap and live off of my music. I would love for that to happen, which I do plan to happen. But at the same time, I don't see myself selling out to a stereotype or playing a role or playing the role that is a buffoon or a coon or anything like that to sell music. That's been done, been there, done that. Not me, but that's been tried and done, and good for them, but that's not me. I can make music that I feel that is impactful and enjoyable and not stereotypical. So my man said, yeah, your music, it sounds great. And he's naming all these legendary artists, but he says, I need something that I can play for the radio. So long story short, that didn't work out. And my man is like, yeah, you can make those, excuse me. He's like, yeah, you can make those songs. And I'm like, yeah, I can, but I don't want to, So that didn't work out. So that was one of my few visits to a record label. And I was totally turned off by the process. I really didn't go to another label after that. Now, mind you, I just signed to an indie label prior to that. And I will talk about that on another video because I don't want to make these too long. But that totally turned me off to the process of going to these labels and having these people listen to my music and have it validated by them. Now, I want my music to be heard by many and enjoyed by many. But at the same time, I know in my heart of hearts that it's a business where they're selling an image, they're selling a mold, they're selling a product, and usually that product has us painted in the detrimental and low common denominator light, which I'm not going to cater to. So, I'm not going to play the coon, I'm not going to play the buck or the thug, I'm not going to play the pimp, I'm not going to play the drug dealer, the super hustler. I'm not playing none of those roles because that's not who I am. I'm an artist. I'm going to be me. I'm a thoughtful person. I'm going to put thoughtful stuff into my music. I love history. I love art. I love science. I love history. I love traveling. I'm going to put that shit in my music. I'm not going to put the garbage stuff. And if I can't put it in the flyer where people don't like it, then hey, so be it. But I don't want to keep this too long. That's just my first video log. New music coming soon. As I told you, I just put out a song, Makes Sense. It's on all streaming platforms. This is the first single from my project coming called Traveling Light. And that is pretty much all I have for now. So I thank y'all for listening. I'm going to get to work with some of this music, try to knock something out tonight and get this project done and hopefully out very soon in the next couple months. All right, y'all. Y'all take care. Y'all have a good night. Peace.